Well, it is the morning that we've been waiting for when Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will rise in Parliament to present her 7th consecutive budget. With that, she makes history. It's a record. She will break the previous record of former Prime Minister, the late Morarji Desai. But while the Finance Minister makes history with her 7th budget, this is also the first budget of a truly coalition government, because remember, the BJP does not enjoy absolute majority this time around. So what will the factors be that the Finance Minister will have to weigh in? There are already demands from allies like Andhra Pradesh and Bihar. Will we see those being accommodated in the budget is the big question. Outside of that, what we pick up from all of our sources is that the budget will build on not just the interim budget, but will build on the previous 6 budgets the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has presented. So continuity more than change is likely to drive the budget thrust, both in terms of policy intervention as well as in terms of fiscal math. We are given to understand that there's unlikely to be any significant departure or deviation from the numbers that the government had held out in the interim budget, be it capex, be it fiscal consolidation and the glide path. Now, if you look at the Chief Economic Advisor's economic survey, what does he say? That growth is steady, inflation is under control. So the Finance Minister goes into this budget with a relatively strong performance as far as the economy is concerned. Not to say that there aren't challenges, there are many, but as far as the fiscal cushion is concerned, and we will have Lata giving you more math on that, there is a significant fiscal cushion that the government enjoys on account of better tax collections as well as the dividend that's coming from the Reserve Bank, which will provide the government some elbow room. 6 growth priorities. What are those growth priorities that may find a mention in the budget? Boosting private sector investment. I think that is absolutely clear. That was the unequivocal message that the CEA held out, that it is time now for the private sector to act. Corporate profits are never as good as they have been, and this is the time for the private sector to pick up the baton from the government and to up investment. Strengthening MSMEs. Now, there's been a lot of talk around this. Will we see any specific measures or not is the big question. Remove growth impediments to agriculture. In terms of future growth priorities, the green transition, financing that will also be something that may find its mention. Bridging the education-employment gap, and finally, building state capacity and capability. All of these have been identified as priorities by the economic survey. Will they find a mention in the budget? PLI. Remember, the survey talks about the need to create 78.5 million jobs annually in the non-farm sector. Will it be through more PLI schemes for labor-intensive sectors like industry has been asking for, toys, footwear, apparel, and so on and so forth, or employment-linked incentives? Again, a demand that CII and others have been making. Will the government allude to that? My suspicion is unlikely, but we'll have to wait to see. Finally, upcoming state elections, the government will have an eye on that. Big states, Maharashtra, Haryana, will be up for elections, and the government will want to send out a message that it is pro-farmer, pro-poor, and pro-citizen. So that could be the balancing act that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will have to negotiate as she gets ready to present her historic 7th budget.